Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Laurel Diesel Services, Calvin Rocket, your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, Central State Bank.
And we're in here at Ames High. Marshalltown against Ames, Highway 30 rivalry. The girls didn't go as we would want it, losing 44-6. The physicality of the little Cyclones were too much for the young Cats. Well, tonight, water is wet, and we are broadcasting live from Ames Senior Night. We have done the 4th year in a row I've done Ames Senior Night. I feel like they're my own kids. I now have a little bit of my heart with the Ames Senior High every single year. So when we come back, we are going to look at scores and matchups from around the region, and we're going to be able to talk to Coach Apple later on as we have the countdown to tip-off here from Harrison Barnes Court in Ames, Iowa.
You're an empty nester closing in on that retirement property. Chances are your plans didn't include mom moving in, but life happens and you do the right thing. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement means caring for yourself and a loved one, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. You will also absolutely love their daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social on South 6th Street in Marshalltown.
And welcome into Ames High as you see a little bit of the festivities here tonight as we have some matchups from around the conference and from around the area. We have Lincoln matched up against Ottumwa. Hoover will take on North tonight. Of course, your Marshalltown Bobcats will take on Ames. And then we have West Marshall is going to be taking on Sadell again. And that's really the look around, and we want to give a big shout out to Central State Bank for providing the advertising for all of the area and conference matchups. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, right here in Ames, just like us, in State Center and West Des Moines. When we come back, we will look at the keys to the game as we get closer and closer to tip-off here in Ames High on Harrison Barnes Court.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Pence Appliance, you wouldn't. With an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Pence Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
back in, you can see the Ames High School seniors there. And there's your Bobcats getting ready to rock and roll. Winners of 2 straight, knocking down Fort Dodge, up by 37 at one point in the fourth quarter Friday night. And then last night traveled up to Hoover down to Hoover to see the Huskies. And Bobcats pulled away a 13-point victory there tonight. So those guys are ready to rock and roll. But as we look at the keys to the matchup tonight, you can talk about X and O's. You can talk about assists. You can talk about 3 points made. You can talk about coaching technique. It all comes down to physicality, want to, and pure strength and brawn. Because for Marshalltown, it comes down to deliver the first punch. Ames, this is going to be a physical game. I believe it's going to be the same crew that did the girls' game, and they allowed a really physical game. We've had these refs before. They're going to allow it physical. They're going to allow it both ways. It's now on Marshalltown to match that physicality. They have not matched that physicality since January of 2021 when they knocked off number 5 Ames as Armani Thomas got the best of Tamin Lipsey. You look back just at the beginning part of this year, Marshalltown lost by 17. They were down 16-2 at the end of one. That game was lost because Ames just popped them in the mouth. If you look back at our last matchup here at Ames, we lost 43-38. We were held to 4 points in the fourth quarter. That's where we lost that game. Marshalltown has to avoid getting punched in the face by Ames and wilting, having those 2 4-point quarters. And then when you look at Ames, break the Bobcats early. This is an Ames defense that has an anaconda vice grip. Their shots may not fall, but they will be physical and they will lock you down. You're not coming back from 10 down against this team. You've got to keep it close. You've got to stay in it and then hit big threes early. So again, Marshalltown, deliver that first punch. Mike Tyson them right away. Ames, block that punch, knock them out early, break them early. That's your keys to the matchup. It's pretty rudimentary, but it's just straightforward. If you're going to beat the best team in the conference for quite a few years running, you might as well come into their house and try to outman them. When we come back, we get to talk to Coach Apple. He'll break it down. I'm going to give you a little bit of information. I said it was January of 2022 in this interview. It's January 2021. That is your fact check. That's how we do it here. We give you the fact check before we even need to. You're watching the countdown to tip-off as we continue on to tip-off here at Ames High School.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
Picture yourself at Marshalltown Community College. Become a Tiger for life. Visit ncc.iavalley.edu. Locations in both Marshalltown and Grinnell.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
Scouts in Marshalltown go on fun adventures. Scouts learn about the outdoors. Scouts learn character building. Scouts learn citizenship. Scouts learn life skills. Scouts learn to be leaders. Scouts go to fun summer camps, and Scouts get a head start in life. Marshalltown has produced over 200 Eagle Scouts in our over 70-year history and have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community. To learn more about joining Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure on!
Welcome back into the Exterior Plus Home Remodeling Pre-Game Coach's Interview. We're here with Coach Michael Apple. 2 wins Friday up at Fort Dodge, a real no-doubter last night. We're able to keep it double digits most of the time. Stayed around a little bit too much for Hoover, but you get Rogelio Sarin back. You've got the winning ways going. Now we come into Ames. This is the crowning jewel of the Iowa Alliance. We know they're going to be physical. What is it about this Ames team that has made them so good?
Well, they're very quick with their guards, and they get downhill fast, and their ability to get to the rim makes it tough. So we've got to be able to guard the drive and keep them out of the paint and limit how many just open, uncontested layups they get.
And you look at Jamison Poe, Jack Winter, that background, but Jamison Poe against Dowling, I think he had 21, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. What is it about those two that really create a problem?
Well, they're good players. I mean, they are very, very good players offensively, and they understand when they have the position to drive the ball and when they have those gaps to drive those lanes. So, with Winter and Poe, they have the ability to knock down the three too. So you can't really sag off them much and just hope to take away the drive that way.
And you look at the defense is always a given here, especially the physicality. We look at the last time we were up in Ames. The game was close. I believe we were up 1 going into the 4th. They held us to 4 points. Then the opening quarter here at home this year, they held us to 2. Beyond that, those games are gimme games. How can you keep from having that one dud of a quarter?
Well, I think we got to stay patient in our offense and take what they give us. They do a very good job of taking away what we try and run. Last game, for example, they switched everything and made it hard for us to reverse the ball. So if they do that, we need to just kind of play out of that and take what they give you. Typically if you switch like that, other things are going to be open. So just being more aware of what they're trying to do and what they're trying to take away, and also being way more aggressive. I think we have to do a better job of getting to the rim, kind of forcing the issue at times, if you will, with the right guys.
And looking at that from the last game, I think Trey had 4 shots. Kyle was 1 of 7, all from three-point land. It really seemed like the whole team was a bit out of rhythm. Do you think that loss in Marshalltown and kind of getting to feel that Ames punch in the mouth will serve you well? Guys will be ready to go?
Well, we hope so. I feel like we got a good game plan going in. We kind of understand what they want to try and do defensively. And that's ultimately where we really struggled. We struggled to score the ball against them. Holding them to 49 points is good. So we just got to stay locked in there and doing a few things to hopefully help open up our offense a little bit.
And Bobcats have a great opportunity, not since they knocked off number 5 Ames in the January of 2022. Since then, Ames has held all Bobcat teams under 40 points. So to your point, got to be able to put the ball in the basket. Everybody's good to go outside of JT tonight?
Yeah, everybody's ready to go.
All righty, that's been Coach Apple. When we come back, we will have the Sandvik starting lineups. You've been watching the pregame interview brought to you by Exterior Plus Home Remodeling, providing quality service on time, every time.
My name's Lake Schultz. I'm the co-owner of Exterior Plus Home Remodeling. At Exterior Plus, we truly strive to build relationships one customer at a time. And that's why we're the Midwest's #1 choice in full home remodels. Located in Marshalltown, Iowa, as well as Lincoln, Nebraska, we pride ourselves in providing quality service on time, every time. Give us a call for a free inspection and estimate at 844-261-6111. That's 844-261-6111. Thanks. Talk to you soon.
With over 10,000 cars at our disposal, Jensen Ford...
Hold on. That's not really how we do things at Jensen Ford.
How about, it's never been a better time to buy a brand new...
Yeah, we don't really do that either. When you're ready to buy a car, we'll be ready to help.
Try this. We'll get you in and out faster than a speeding.
We don't do that either. At Jensen Ford, we'll take as much time as you need to find the right vehicle. We're not just moving cars, but we're building relationships.
Oh, maybe more of a, this is where your family buys their vehicles.
There you go. More like that.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. Quality furniture for every room in your home. Pence Appliance and TV. For sales and service of everything appliance, come see the Pence team. Wayward Social. The place for bowling, games, food, and more. Wells Fargo Advisors. Marshalltown. Sports Plus. Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center. SportsPlusTherapy.com.
And it's great to hear from Coach Apple and to see Rogelio Sarin back out there. JT still foot in the boot, getting better, but not ready to go. Bobcats have a big hill to climb here tonight with the 12-5 Ames Little Cyclones sitting at 6-0 in the Iowa Alliance North, while the Marshalltown Bobcats 8-10 and 5-5 in the Iowa Alliance. Well, Jeff Brooks, the one and only, our radio producer here tonight back at the KFJB studios, is also already working incredibly hard, funneling a lot of girls basketball scores to us. So we're going to hit that before we actually get to the Sandvik starting lineups. So a big shout out to Jeff back at the KFJB studios. But here are some of your finals. West Marshall takes on Sadell. They beat them by 39, 64-25. Prairie City Monroe 35, Nevada 28, and that's at the end of the third quarter. Des Moines North 37, Des Moines East 11, that's at the end of the third. And then at halftime, BCLUW, the Comets, are up over South Hardin 21-13 as South Hardin misses the extra point. Girls final, Roland Story 42, South Hamilton 28, and then the Jaguars of Ankeny Centennial 51 over the Southeast Polk Rams 22. And as we said earlier in the broadcast, Marshalltown Bobcats could not handle the physicality of the Little Cyclones and lose big 44-6. Bobcats dropped to 6-14 on the year. When we come back, we will look at the Sandvik starting lineups. We'll dig into the stats and get ready to see if the Bobcats can knock off the Little Cyclones in this Highway 30 rivalry here on KFJB-TV.
How can you help Marshalltown High School and enjoy a mouth-watering burger at the same time? By ordering the Bobcat Burger at Legends American Grill. 2 quarter-pound patties with crisp bacon strips, sautéed onions, and melted American cheddar, jack, and Swiss cheeses on top of fresh shredded lettuce on a toasted bun. It's absolutely delicious. $1 from every Bobcat Burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat Burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Welcome into Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social. Will take the three. Boy, that's a pure bucket right there.
And we're back in with the Sandvik Enterprises and Marshalltown starting lineups. Let Sandvik Enterprises deliver for you while we deliver you the starting lineup. Let's take a big look at this here in senior night in Ames. This team, this backcourt, they've already been to the Wells Fargo twice. 2 years ago when Tamin Lipsy won Mr. Iowa, and they were just filled with LeBeau and Phillips, and they just had talent everywhere. They cut down the nets at Wells Fargo, so there's a lot of winning under the belt with this Ames team. Jack Winter is a senior, feels like he might be a 7th-year senior. I feel like I've called him every single year, but he's a lengthy arm. If you watched last night against North, when you saw Gomo, when you saw War get going, he has a similar build, that really long wingspan. He can get his own shot, can shoot it. Those long arms, he can deflect passes, he's got a good handle. Bobcats are going to have to keep him in front of us as he, on the season, he leads Ames in scoring with Jack Winter averaging 14.1 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, an assist, and just under 1 steal. He shoots it about 34% from 3, 74% from the line. But really the gas that makes it go and really gave us a huge problem is the shorter of the two in the backcourt. Number 14, Jamison Poe. He may be short, but he's a running back. He's a literal running back. He's strong, he's quick, he can do anything. I remember a couple years ago on Twitter there was a recruiting, I might have been even Tony Rowe on Twitter asking, okay, who is the freshman that no one is talking about that maybe should? Of course, a lot of people said Curtis Stinson Jr., but guess what? Lots of people are already talking about him, especially with his dad playing at Iowa State. For me and my money, looking at Jamison Poe, he may not have the biggest stats, he may not be of the biggest stature, but that kid affects basketball games all the time. He was a big reason why this Ames Little Cyclone team is on a 5-game winning streak against your Marshalltown Bobcats. On the year, Jamison Poe averages 12 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.5 steals. He's shooting almost 40% from 3, 72% from the line. Number 20, the junior Isaiah Knight. Isaiah Knight shooting almost 60% on the year, 7.2 points per game, 2.5 rebounds. And then Will Thomas, the sophomore. He's shooting at almost 50%, 74% from the free throw line, 6 points a game, 3 assists, and 2.5 rebounds. Then you look in the middle, Maroc Dow, not a thick kid whatsoever. When we last saw him, he was up about 4.5 blocks a game. He's now down to about 2.5 blocks a game, but he's got length for days, 6'8", right in that range. He can affect shots, and what we have to do, this was a timid Bobcats. He blocked a ton of shots that we didn't take. And what I mean by that, the Bobcats steered clear of the lane because they saw Dow in the middle, and it led for a miserable night. Trey Brooks only taking 4 shots on the night. Kyle Smith, 1 of 7. Carter Giannetto led the way in scoring, 4 out of 12 for 9 points. But it was a real struggle, and I think a lot of that had to do with the perimeter pressure from both Winter and Poe. But when you also saw the length inside, the Bobcats seemed to shy away. Bobcats cannot do that. One thing that we're looking at, one name, number 30, Abram Voss, was really good in that first game. He did not play against Dowling, and I do not see him with the jersey off here tonight. And we're actually, it looks like we're going to have a switch up in the lineup just based on senior night. So you will see Cameron Strawhacker, number 32, looking like that. You're going to see a couple others as see number 12. You're going to see Kavon Farrell. These are not people, and number 24, Garon Kier. You're not going to see them for a long time in this game, but it looks they've got the shooting shirts off that you will see them starting out. Another reason Bobcats punch, that first punch, land it. Get yourself a couple easy buckets against the second and third team players that are out there, because there is no such thing as an easy bucket here in Ames, Iowa. It just does not exist. If you're watching Tamin Lipsey at the Big 12 level, he's a much better scorer than I think I ever thought he would be, but he's doing one thing I knew he would do: pressure the ball, push the ball, and play dogged defense. It's what Vance Down has always done, and it's what he will continue to do with this Ames High team, the class of the Iowa Alliance. Now as you flip it over to the Bobcats, last night Kyle Smith was able to knock down 6 threes. Coach in the post-game interview, he really elaborated throughout that insightful, longer interview about the ability that Kyle had a ton of wide-open shots. I actually thought he could have hit a few more, but he did have 6 threes, almost 10 rebounds en route to 22. But what I love to see is Trey Brooks is at another aggressive level. He had 20 last night. So when you look at the stats, Carter Giannetto, the senior going to Simpson, is averaging just a shade under 8 points a game, shooting 73% from the line, 3 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and a steal. But I think if he's on Poe or on Winter, I anticipate he might be on Poe tonight. He has got to keep him in front of him and not allow any turnovers on offense. Don't be loose with the handle. Then you look at number 3, Trey Brooks, 12 points a game, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Last night he had 20. If he's pushing, Bobcats are in games. Bobcats are winning games. Trey's got to be in 5th gear. He's got to be on the go. That doesn't mean he needs to take 15 shots, but he has got to be pushing the pace. Kyle Smith, 36% from 3, had 6 last night. He sees the ball go in. Probably my favorite shot he took all night last night was he went off the bounce and got a layup. I think if he's able to do all 3 levels there, Bobcats are just a better team and Kyle's a better player. Corey Smith had 9 last night, but he's been really good of late. 10 points a game. He's been able to take it against bigger guys, go right in their chest and score. He is the best scorer the Bobcats have and most athletic defender. And then the seniors back in the middle, Rogelio Sarin has been bringing the energy, bringing the power. Doesn't score a lot, but has done a great job matched up against bigger players, and he leads the Bobcats in hustle. Lamar Johnson will maybe get some run tonight. Jacob Hayes started the last 2 games in place of Rogelio Sarin. Look for Jacob Hayes to get some play time. That's probably going to be your rotation here tonight. When we come back, we are so close to tip here on senior night in Ames, Iowa. I hope you're excited because I'm ready to rock and roll, folks. You are watching the countdown to tip-off here on KFJB-TV.
Hayes drops back, looks to pass. He's got him in the flat. That's Tate Ring makes the catch. He's up to midfield. He breaks away at the 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. Tate Ring, his second one of the night. Welcome in to Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social.
Welcome back in as they start the starting lineups here at Ames High School. But just looking back at the game, the matchup earlier this year, is Ames right out of the gate. We talked about it early. At the end of 1, it was 16-2. That's the game right there, because that game was just as close at the end of 3. Bobcats defense started going, but it really came down that initial run. Ames was led by 14 points from Jamison Poe. Jack Winter had 12, and Will Thomas had 11 on 5 of 6 shooting. Maroc Dow had 6 rebounds, but Poe, that smaller guard, 5'9", had 5 rebounds to go along with a couple of assists and very few turnovers on the Bobcats side, as we said. Carter Giannetto, 4 of 12, 1 of 5 from 3, had 9 points. Rogelio Sarin had 6 points. Trey Brooks had 4 points on 1 of 5 shooting. Corey Smith had 5 rebounds, a block, and a couple of those were offensive. Rogelio Sarin had 5 rebounds, but a big deal is they've got to lock that in. And when we look at just the bigger matchup of what these teams like to do, Bobcats on the year scoring 51 points a game. Ames scoring 54 points a game. Where it gets different is on that defensive side. Marshalltown gives up 51 points a game, while Ames right now is giving up 41 points a game. Bobcats have not scored in the 40s or more since January 2021 upset of then number 5 Ames. That 45 points potentially could get it done here tonight. Bobcats have to get it in that 40. Ames is not going to push it all the time. Bobcats have to find something in transition. They had 0 points in transition in that last matchup. When you look at field goal percentage, they both shoot it in the low 40s. You're not going to see a 75-75 game late. It's just not going to be what this is. And otherwise, they match up pretty well. This comes down to intensity. No, there is no just big 6'7" bruiser or that 6'3" Phillips kid from last night. Ames does not have that thickness inside. What they do have is length, as Dow has just announced. As you can see the length there, he stands head and shoulders above anyone else in that huddle. The lights are coming on. The excitement is growing. We are so close to tip off. Hopefully you can taste it on KFJB-TV. Bobcats are getting ready. Can we go over 500 in conference? Bobcats looking to go 9-10, looking to go 6-5 in the conference, which would slide them into second place above Waterloo East. Ames looks to keep perfect in the Iowa Alliance, going 7-0, 13-5 on the season. Corey Smith daps up Dow, and here we go. Number 11 for the Bobcats in the row, Blues. And here's the tip. Corey was close, but Dow is able to kick it back to Jack Winter. Here comes Ames. Again, it's Strawhacker along with Kevon Farrell and Garang Kier. And that's a travel on Winter. Nice job by the Bobcats. Coach talked about this in the pregame interview. Look for Ames to be very physical on any pick on the perimeter. Bobcats did not bring any back cuts really last time out, and that really looked open as Corey Smith wide open on that backside. Corey looking at it, gets into the lane, goes right at Dow, scoop shot and good. Exactly what you have to do against this team is Corey Smith has that old man game sometimes, got a lot of hops in those legs, but he's not afraid to put the wide ball scoop shot in. Strawhacker gets it over to Kier, drops it off to Winter, guarded by Corey Smith. Rogelio up on Dow, top of the key, and now here comes the dribble. Trey knocks it away, tracked down by Kier. Kier back to Winter. We're right at 12 seconds to go. Bobcats, good defense, high pick. Rogelio Saren Hedges is now double on the perimeter, and they've got trouble. Kier up. He's got Kevon Farrell. Farrell throws it up over the basket stand. And here comes the original starters. And Abram Voss is going to play here tonight. Number 30 is back. And that will do it. Senior night may come to an end for a couple of these. Farrell, it was not a shot he wanted to take. It was a shot he had to take. Jack Winter kind of put him in a tough spot. Handed it off deep in that shot clock. Here comes Trey Brooks. Bobcats up 2. 70 seconds into this one. Trey sprints across the timeline. He's going to be guarded by number 22, Will Thomas. Thomas at the top of the key. And couldn't get there. Poe couldn't get there. Rowe up off the glass. No good, but a foul. And I believe, is that going to be on Winter or Dow? It's going to be on 30. I think that's going to be on Abram Voss, actually. It was, I gave you A or B, and the answer was C. Rogelio Saren, first one is up. Rowe's got one in. Rowe doing a nice job here tonight. A lot of energy for this young man, missing the last 2 games, shooting 61%. Rowe knocks them both down. Big free throws for the Bobcats, 4-0 as Thomas sprints across the inline. He's going to get the high pick from Dow. Rowe switches. Nice job from that. Trey's on Voss. Now Poe going downhill, up off the glass. Carter tried to trail, and Poe just took the pick, and he curled hard and used that big football shoulder body and knocked it in off the glass for 2. Rowe, top of the key, gets it over to Trey Brooks. Trey gets in the lane, gets it stripped away. Nice job by Thomas. Here comes Ames. Poe, little drop step up off the glass. This game is tied. Trey brought it down by his waist, and Thomas just stole the cookie. It's 4-4, 5:45 left to go in the first quarter. Brooks left-handed pass to Corey Smith. Corey guarded by Voss. Now Saren's on top of the key. Not sure what to do with it. Crossover, fakes the 3, now gives it Corey Smith. Rowe gives him a block. Oh, looking down on the baseline, gets it to Corey Smith, lines up the 3, 7-4 Bobcats. Big shot by the senior. He's got 5. Thomas in between the legs dribble, handoff to Winter. Winter guarded by Corey Smith. Winter looking inside, now crossover. Pulls it back out, gets it to Thomas, top of the key. Little shoulder shake, gets it to Winter for three. It's sevens. That's the thing with Winter. He's not afraid to step out 3-4 feet behind the line and knock it down. Giannetto gets a little weave action. Now Corey pulls it out, looks at Brooks in the post, extended post. He's guarded by Thomas. Brooks takes it right in. 8-foot leaner, good. 9 points. 9 points for the Bobcats. They're punching both Ames, both Bobcats. This is a prize fight so far. 9-7. Poe gets in the lane out to Winter for three. Back-to-back three. Winter's here to play. The senior said, give me both of those three balls. It's 10-9. I told you this wasn't going to be a high-scoring affair. I don't think I lied, but the first 3.5 minutes sure make me think I might be. Giannetto gets it. Corey drops it, but able to retain it. Looking at Kyle. Kyle gets it. Guarded by Poe. Poe's all up in his business. Gets it to Rowe. Rowe looks at a three. They're going to call travel. Rowe saw it. He was on sprint mode. He looked like he heard the starter pistol and went a little too quickly. 10-9, 4:08 left to go in the first. Bobcats looking for their 9th win of the season. Ames looking for unlucky number 13 as Voss gets it over to Thomas. Thomas looks into down, no dice. Poe tried to drive on Corey. Corey cuts him off. Now it's over to Winter, guarded by Carter Giannetto. A little jab step, that's 3 threes. Jack Winter is going to have a senior night he wants to tell his kids about so far. 3 threes in that first quarter. It's 13-9. Bobcats going to have to come back with the counter punch. Looking at Kyle in the post, guarded by Winter. They've put Poe and Winter on him at different points. Trey has definitely been guarded by Thomas, and that's a foul, and it's going to be on Winter. And it's 2 shots. It's the right call. Trey is so quick with that about 10-foot pull-up jumper, and they got caught reaching in. Trey's going to be going to the line. He had 10 free throw attempts the other night. Love to see Trey get into double digits. Makes that one. When Trey is up above 6 to 8, that means he's aggressive. That means he's taking it to the rack. And that's the type of Trey Brooks we need to be able to get wins. It's 13-10. Second one is up and it's good. Trey 8 for 10 last night, 2 for 2 here tonight. Thomas gets it across the line. Told you about Jack Winter. Will Thomas, oh my goodness. Corey is actually Kyle Smith. He just fell asleep, got lulled to sleep with a little hesitation dribble, and Will Thomas just took it to the house on that one. It's 15-11. Bobcats are going to have to tighten up that perimeter D. Rowe over to Brooks. Brooks looking inside, gets Kyle Smith top of the key. Kyle looks at a three, but Winter's able to close out well. Oh, they had Carter on the cut, couldn't get it to him. Trey Brooks now going low, gets into the lane, stiff. Will Thomas's hands are quick as a June bug. Up off the glass. Oh my goodness, that's a big one for Thomas. He's got 4. Bobcats are down 6. This is where you're back and forth, back and forth. Ames has been very efficient in the break. Bobcats not getting a lot of things that are easy so far. Wing on the top. This is often where you may see a post up on that backside. Look at Trey, gets pick and roll, now reverses it, gets to Corey, short corner, jumper's good. Man alive, Corey's doing everything he can do to make sure Winter has a bad senior night. He's got 7. It's 17-13, 2 minutes left to go in the first as Manny Leith is coming to the game. Crossover by Poe. Poe gets around. It's going to be a foul on Corey Smith. It'll be on the ground. That's a big thing with Poe. Again, 5'9". If he's not 200 pounds, he's pretty close to it. It's all muscle, and so he's able to get that leverage underneath the taller, more slight defenders and get his shoulder past him and get right to the lane. Bobcats have got to meet him at the punch. Nice switch there. So far, number 20, Isaiah Knight's going to come in, and that is another 3-point shot by Jack Winter. He has 4. You got to survive the blizzard, so to speak, and stay in this one. It's 20-13. Bobcats have been really good offensively early. Jack Winter's been incredible offensively. He's got 4 threes, 12 points, as Poe has 4, Thomas has 4. Giannetto picks up his dribble, gets it to Kyle Smith. Kyle Smith crossover, gets past, has to pick up his dribble. Nice job by Winter. Carter Giannetto, deep 3, back iron, no good. Rebound, Leith, and here comes Ames trying to extend this lead. It's 20-13. Much better effort and physicality. I think Carter got away with a bump, but as we said, this crew's going to let you be physical. But Carter just kind of guided his hip out of bounds, knocked away out of bounds by Trey Brooks. So it's going to be Leith, Thomas. Actually, Thomas out there, Poe, Winter, and Isaiah Knight. For the Bobcats, it's the starters are still out there. Poe is going to hold it. 50 seconds to go. Now 15 seconds on the shot clock. High pick by Leith. Leith rolls to the basket. He's going to be covered. Thomas back to Poe. Poe gets into the lane. Blocked by Rogelio Serra. Nice help defense by 24. Great job. Poe was able to turn the corner, but Rowe was there to meet him. It's now a 5-second differential. Shot clock, game clock. 22 on the shot clock, 25 on the game clock, 20-13 Ames. Corey Smith, top of the key to Rowe. Rowe gets it to Carter. See if they can get the sophomore shot. That's a big thing that happened the other night. He just, against Ames, no shots. Brooks gets it free throw line. Gets it and knocked off. It's going to stay with the Bobcats. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Trey is a little loose with that transition handle. Ames is there. Those hands are active. Corey got inside, little drop, fade away, off the back iron, no good. There's still time. They thought that was the end. 2 seconds. Poe is going to get no shot. They were going to count it if it goes. Front iron, no good. Bobcats down a touchdown, 20-13. See if the Bobcats can claw back in the second quarter. You're watching the Highway 30 rivalry here on KFJB-TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
My name's Carter Giannetto, and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Welcome back in. You look at Coach Apple and Coach Brynjers and talking up the Bobcat team down 7. But now let's take a quick regional scoreboard update brought to you by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Locations in Ames, State Center, and West Des Moines. We have one in guys action. Sadell 24. It's Marshall 15 at halftime. And if you didn't hear earlier, Bobcat girls fall to a very physical Ames Cyclone 44-6. Bobcats drop to 6-14 on the year. Bobcats get the ball inbounded, going right to left. Trey Brooks has it, guarded by Thomas. Thomas did a really nice job getting a couple steals, couple buckets in transition there in the first quarter. Bobcats leading scorer Kyle Smith does not have a shot yet. There's his first shot. Back iron, no good. Carter climbs up, can't get it. Thomas gets the rebound, gets it up to Poe. It's going to be Dow, Voss, Winter, Thomas. And that'll be the lineup out there. Poe gets up, gets it blocked by Corey Smith. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by Corey Smith. Poe's done a nice job of being very aggressive to the 10, able to get across. Bobcats, the lengthier defender, and Corey with those pogo stick legs was able to get the block. Are they going to call a hold? They're going to call a hold on the Bobcats, and it's going to be on Trey Brooks holding Abram Voss. 20-13, 7:24 left to go in the first half. Thomas is going to inbound, gets it up to Voss, top of the key. Hand off to Poe. Poe looks inside to Dow, nothing doing. Thomas gets it on Kyle, dishes to Dow. Dow drops, step up off the glass, no good. And the rebound's going to be Corey Smith, and here come the Cats. Trey looking up to Kyle, see if they can get something in transition. Nothing doing, so they bring it back out. Left-handed dribble against Voss to Rogelio Sarin. Sarin, handoff to Trey. Trey over to Carter. Carter gets it about 18 feet, now kicks it out to Brooks. Corey Smith now has it, guarded by Poe. Gets top of the key, switch, Thomas is on him. Back to Brooks, 5 seconds left on this shot clock. Trey, left-handed dribble, free throw line. Back iron, no good. Rebound, Poe. Bobcats have been lulled to sleep. This Ames defensive intensity been lowering the shot clock a lot here tonight. Thomas passes out to Winter, who's guarded by Giannetto. Probably the best on-ball defender. Oh, man. Poe just went in, did a nice job of protecting the ball, dropping it off to Dow for a dunk. Dow's first bucket of the night. First bucket of the second quarter, 22-13. This is a Bobcat need. They've gotten jabbed in the face a couple times. Can Kyle knock one in? Back iron, no good. Kyle's 0 for 2 here tonight. He's not shot the ball well against Ames. Thomas goes right into him. Kyle's going to have to meet him earlier because Kyle is too slight to allow that much. Bobcats are going to take a timeout. 24-13, 5:51 left to go in the first half here on KFJB-TV.
The equity in your home is power. Power to remodel your home. Take a memorable vacation. Add a deck or patio. Lennox Employees Credit Union can help you unleash the financial power you possess with a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, fund a student loan, or pay for a wedding. The loan process is easy. See Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Online at lennoxecu.com.
This is Galil Joy. You're watching Bobcat basketball on KFJB-TV.
You see there, Galil Jor, senior. Bobcats find themselves down 11 on senior night. Bobcats came out 4-0. Were able to keep it close. Now Ames has been able to get some stuff in transition. Really the difference has been off the bounce. If it wasn't Jack Winter hitting those 4 threes, that definitely has played a big deal. But since then, a lot of drives to the bucket. Most notably, Poe just drove in and then dished off to Dow for a dunk. Carter gets into the post. Little 10-foot turnaround. First bucket on the night for the senior guard. It is 24-15. Much needed bucket. Thomas to Poe. Poe gets a little bit of a bump. Corey able to pick him up. Thomas spin dribble back in. Misses the gimme. And Voss is able to track it down, tap it to Poe. Poe gets in the corner to Thomas. Thomas reverse spin, gets into the lane. Cut off Poe, now to Voss. Voss, free throw line extended. Short, no good. Rebound is Dow as the Bobcats fight over it. And Dow gets his second bucket. 2 Bobcats there. Ended up with 0 basketball. Ames gets a gimme bucket, 26-15, 4:45 left to go. Trey, left-handed dribble, handoff to Carter. Carter gets it to Corey. Oh, terrible entry pass from Corey. It's 26-15. Bobcats have to tighten the screws here defensively. Coach Apple just pointing out, saying, hey, let's get this little bit different angle, an easier angle for that entry pass. 26-15. Bobcats looking in defense, get Winter top of the key. Lineup is his 5th three. No, he misses that bad, but Dow with the hook. He hooked, no call, but Rowe was able to body him up enough, and he's short on the shot. Bobcats coming right to left. Brooks guarded by Thomas. Thomas, again, done a really nice job. 18-foot short, no good. Rebound Dow. Looked like either Trey got touch on the elbow or the ball or got maybe partially blocked. That shot looked really sideways out of his hand. Winter handoff to Thomas. Kyle's able to tip it away, and it's going to be, Thomas just wanted it more. He just wanted it more. This Ames Cyclone team is tough. Oh, nice poke away by Trey Brooks. This is what I'm going to say, Bobcat fans. If there wasn't Ames across their chest, this would be a team like. That's they play hard, they play defensively, they play together. They're sound in every aspect of the game, but because they're in black and orange, I'm with you. I will not root for this team. Luth is in again, as is Knight. Knight lines up a 3 left-handed. Oh, my goodness. If you're left-handed and you play for Ames, you're hitting threes tonight. 29-15. Bobcats have got to find buckets on this end. They've got to find stops on one end, buckets on another. And is that going to be, that's going to be, who are they calling that foul on there? It's going to be on Thomas, and that is his first. Will Thomas having a nice night, especially defensively and turning that into offense. He's done a really nice job going at Kyle Smith, a more slender defender, as Kyle Smith gets it over to Rowe, guarded by Leith, handoff to Brooks. Brooks gets it in the lane, kicks it out to Corey, lines up a three. It's going to be short. Rebound Voss. Here comes Ames. Voss dribble drive in the lane, hands it off to Thomas. Thomas spins back. He always does. Voss now drives in to kick out. Now Voss goes baseline. Corey meets him at the rim, and then Voss gets his own rebound. Bobcats are in scramble zone because, my goodness, Ames is just attacking over and over as Voss gets his first bucket of the night. Bobcats only have 2 points in the second quarter. We said had to get away from the dead quarter. Kyle Smith bumped, no call, able to get it to Corey. Corey wide open, layup's good. Corey did a little Moses magic as the Red Sea parted, or in this case, the Orange and Black Sea parted. Voss handoff to Leith. Let Leith shoot that. He does not shoot it very well, and if that's the shots they want to take, we will allow it. Vance Downs over there in traditional orange garb and hands crossed. You see that quite often. Looking inside, Carter looks to Kyle Smith. Rose got it top of the key, guarded by Leith. Goes to handoff to Brooks. Much better job defending that from Winter. Kyle Smith now has it. Looks to cross up Thomas. Step back three, no good. Corey's able to tip it back to Brooks. Back gets in the corner to Rogelio. Rogelio takes Leith off the bounce. Now cross court to Giannetto. Giannetto goes in on Knight. Little 8-foot off the glass, no good. I think Knight might have got a piece of that. Bobcats down 14. Got to stay in front. Winter goes right in. Oh, no. Oh, they called that a foul. I thought Corey bodied him up well, but they're going to call the foul, and it's going to be Corey's second foul, and that's a big one as you see Jacob Hayes coming in. 1:13 left to go. Bobcats have 17. Corey Smith has 9. Winter looking to extend his game high 12, now has 13. Again, over a 70% shooter. Corey Smith is going to come out for Jacob Hayes. Bobcats down 15, not hitting anything so far. Kyle Smith 0 for 3 from threes. Bobcats have 1 3-pointer on the night from Corey Smith, who is 1 of 3 from threes here tonight. Brooks gets across timeline, left-handed dribble over to Carter. Kyle tried to push off a Knight to see something, gets it to Brooks, extended post. Brooks guarded by Poe, kicks it out to Kyle. Kyle repositions, gets it right back into Brooks. 18-foot jumper, front iron, no good. Bobcats are settling for a lot of mid-range contested jumpers. Ames's defense is just anaconda-like. And when they're hitting shots, too, this is a hard team to beat. This is not as prolific of a team as what they've had in the past. Their defense is just as intense. And really, to beat Ames is you've got to hope that they're not hitting, and you have got to hit shots. So far, Bobcats are not. 32-17, down to 1 shot. Bobcats want to get this in between 12 and 13 points. Trey's got it guarded by Poe. Gets the pick from Rowe. Now a switch. Knight's on Brooks. Brooks gets into the lane. He's going to be fouled. Trey willing his way to the line. Bobcats 32, or actually wishful thinking. Bobcats down 32-17. Trey back to the line. He's 2 for 2 so far tonight. And he's short on the first one. Trey, a 65% free throw shooter on the year. Looking to see if he can get this one. get the Bobcats within a couple touchdowns. Spins it back, gets it up off the rim and glass, but goes through. 5th point of the night. Poe sprints down. Oh, and Trey gets a bump set and a spike to finish that, but Poe's not too worried. They're up 14. Bobcats down 32-18 at the half. When we come back, we'll look at first half stats, talk adjustments, look at scores, and get a post-game interview with Coach Brian Murphy of the Marshalltown Bobcat girls. You're watching Bobcat basketball here on KFJB.
My furnace from 1990 is kind of like my husband. Doesn't perform very well, but I'd rather fix it than replace it.
Like you, Honest Heating and Cooling would rather repair your furnace or AC. We take the time to diagnose the issue and do everything possible to restore it before recommending a new one. Repair, restore. That's Honest. Serving Marshalltown and around. Honest Heating and Cooling. Your Amana dealer. America's brand for comfort. Honest Heating and Cooling.
Picture yourself at Marshalltown Community College. Become a Tiger for life. Visit ncc.iavalley.edu. Locations in both Marshalltown and Grinnell.
You should never have to wait after ordering new appliances. At Penn's Appliance, you wouldn't, with an incredible selection in stock and ready to install today. Our friendly team is here to help you pick the perfect set to match your style. And let our professional technicians install and set up your new appliances, often delivering the very next day. Stop in today, see all the new features, and find your new look at Penn's Appliance. For sales and service of everything appliance, go see the Pence team.
KFJB-TV presents the Bobcat Halftime Report.
No lie, Bobcat fans. I wouldn't mind, being able to jump real high, but if I could have one skill at 42, it's that right there. I would do that in a heartbeat. My heart wants to do it. My hips, they won't lie. I cannot do it, but great halftime. And both the girls and guys from the team. There you see the last play of the first half. Trey Brooks climbing up and spiking it down. Really look for the Bobcats. Can they spike Ames a few more times to get back into this game? Things started off really well for the Bobcats. They were up 4-0, tied it at 7. It was back and forth through that first half of the first quarter, and then Ames got a couple stops, got a couple things in transition, and started to extend that game. Where Ames is 32-18. And it really started with the left-handed senior Jack Winter. Jack Winter hit 4 first-quarter threes. If Ames is going to hit a bunch of threes, that is a big issue because this is not a team that's going to score a ton, but hitting those 4 first-quarter threes from Jack Winter is a big, big deal. Jamison Poe was a handful, got into the lane quite a few times, was able to drop one off to Dow to get a thunderous dunk, but the junior has 4 points. Will Thomas played some really good defense with active hands in that first half against Trey Brooks, and he had 6 points and a couple steals. And as you would do, you have cowboy hats on and a kiddie pool in the middle of the court. So there we go. But as you look on, there's one kiddie pool and a bucket. If you're watching on TV, I encourage you in the comments, write down what would you do with a bucket and a kiddie pool. But to finish out these stats here, we look at Isaiah Knight had a big 3. Marak Dow had a dunk and then a putback. He has 4, and then Abram Voss had 2. Looking at the Bobcat side, Carter Giannetto had 2 points. Trey Brooks had 5 points. Got to the lane quite a bit. Was at the line 4 times like that. But the Bobcats have had to settle for a lot of mid-range jumpers. Corey Smith had 9. Rogelio Sarin had 2, and that rounds up the scoring. When we come back, we will have Coach Brian Murphy of your Bobcat girls basketball team here on KFJB.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
You'll find the perfect mattress for you at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress. You choose the firmness, comfort, and support level, all at a great price. McGregor's always has a great selection of sofas, recliners, dining room, and bedroom furniture to help you live and relax in comfort and style. Their staff will help you find just what you're looking for. McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown, is open 7 days a week. They're proud to support Bobcat Athletics.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Assured Partners, power through partnership. Boy Scouts of America, Adventure On. Edward Jones, Zach Wall, your financial advisor in Marshalltown. Embers Retirement Community, independent living for active seniors. Honest Heating and Cooling, let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7.
And we're back in at Ames High School as many rubber duckies were thrown into that bucket in the middle of the floor in that kiddie pool. But I'm here with Coach Brian Murphy on the Laurel Diesel Services post-game interview. Coach, 44-6, and of course not the score that you wanted. Coming out of the blocks, that first 6 minutes, it was 3-3. Bobcats were handling the press, just couldn't get anything to go. How did you like the start of the game here tonight?
Start was great. Our defense is pretty solid throughout the game. Basically what I thought it came down to ultimately is it was a really physical game. Yep. There were only 12 fouls called total. Both teams got away with a lot, and physically it just wore us down. I thought the full court press, where that second quarter our legs just went out, and they scored about 14 points in 2-3 minutes, and yep. That was the game pretty much right there.
Yeah, we were talking about that in both games it's been a much more physical brand of basketball allowed, and really with the Ames and their pressing style, that kind of can overwhelm you. From a learning perspective, from the guards having to, we always say Ames is maybe a year ahead of us. What do these kind of examples help to teach your team?
The number one thing is composure under pressure, and that's something we've been kind of struggling with all year, is we don't really have that one person that can kind of step up consistently and get us going, and that's something we've been needing all year, and we still have to continue to work on now and work on in the offseason, where fundamentally at the end of the day, to get things set, you've got to handle the pressure to even get in the right spots, and I thought that's something we've struggled with for a lot of the season, but that definitely reared its head tonight.
Yeah, and you look at that, and a little bit shorthanded Sidney Capeyu, not sure how long that's going to be, but this continues to move forward. Ames, of course, and Mason City, the class of the Iowa Alliance. But some positives here tonight. Again, Millie Heitman shooting some. Mm-hmm. Frankie Long is continue to grow. So good luck tonight on the way home. Good practices. Get ready for Friday night. And we'll have the call here on KFJB-TV. This has been the Laurel Diesel Services post-game interview brought to you by Laurel Diesel Services, your qualified local diesel mechanics. We'll be right back with the key adjustments for the second half.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
As you walk inside, you know right away the place for fun is Wayward Social. There's always plenty of bowling action, so plan for your next outing to include bowling at Wayward Social. Also, meet your friends for lunch, dinner, or your favorite beverages. You will also absolutely love their daily lunch specials, Monday through Friday, including endless pizza by the slice. You choose the toppings. Wayward Social is now open at 11:30 a.m., 7 days a week. Wayward Social on South 6th Street in Marshalltown.
And we're back in Highlighter yellow shoes for the Bobcats. Bobcats need more than a highlighter. They need a lot of highlights in the second half. But real quick regional scoreboard update brought by Central State Bank. Discover what Central State Bank can do for you. Just a couple quick ones. West Marshall is still down to Saydell. East Marshall up on AGWSR 15-9. And as we said, Bobcat girls lose 44-6 earlier in this contest. Big adjustment second half. There's got to be back cuts on offense because they are pressuring the perimeter. Got to get movement and layups. On defense, you have to stop the dribble drive of Poe and get out on Winter. When we come back, we will have the tip-off for the second half here on KFJB-TV.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce reminds you that when you shop locally, you are benefiting members of our community and adding to our local community overall. You'll find local business owners are generally more knowledgeable, provide better service, and even know their customers by name. Marshalltown Area Chamber of Commerce exists to be an advocate for our business community. Membership in the Chamber benefits your business and adds to the strength of our advocacy efforts. For more information on shopping locally and Chamber membership, go to Marshalltown.org.
Welcome back in as Jack Winter passes into Will Thomas. Cyclones, we're going to flip the stage as they're now going right to left. White jerseys with the orange number, black lines. Bobcats in the road blues. Poe gets it back to Thomas by Kyle Smith. Now Poe gets to the free throw line, picks up his dribble, hand off to Thomas. Thomas straight line drive, kicks out to Winter in the corner. 3 ball short, no good. Rose able to get the rebound. And here come the Bobcats down 14. There's no 15-point shot, so the Bobcats just have to chip away, chip away, chip away. Trey gets it over to Rowe. Rowe looks at a 3. It's going to be short, but Carter gets the rebound, kicks it back out to Kyle. Kyle, lane opens up, right-handed layup off the glass. Love that Kyle didn't settle, but he took the open lane. Bobcats now have 2 easy layups in about the last 3 minutes of action where that lane just opened up. Carter almost was able to knock it away. Winter takes him off the bounce. Trey rips it away, but Winter recovers. Thomas gets in the lane. Nobody there. Thomas is a problem. Folks, he is going to be what number 5 is this year. That's the next one in line. Thomas has 8. Carter top, guarded by Poe, gets over Corey. Corey, there is a log jam in that corner. Gets it back to Rowe. Rowe looks at the 3, guarded by Dow. Now he's going to pass it off to Corey. Corey gets it to Kyle, guarded by Voss. Voss was up in his grill. Carter behind the back dribble. Gets it to Trey, top of the key. Downhill drive, spin, down to Rowe. It should be out on Dow. When Trey got up in the air, he saw that Rowe was there, and I think he wanted to try to drop it down, but the long arm of the law, Dow was able to knock it out of bounds. Trey gets it, and it's going to be able to get it off in time. Corey gets it, and that's Dow's block where it's a foul, and there's nothing called, and the whole bench saw it. Winter gets in the lane, little step through, able to get his 15th point. Isn't that how it goes on the road? Bobcats down 16. Corey picks up his dribble on Voss. Gets it into Brooks. Brooks kicks out to Rowe. And it's going to be a foul. And is that going to be on Thomas? That's actually going to be on Thomas. That's his second on the dribble drive. Trey just giving a little word of wisdom to Kyle. Gets the top of the key to Rowe, hand off to Trey. Trey guarded by Thomas, takes it in the lane. Thomas gets it right off. Thomas is gone as Trey has brought the ball down. This is now the 3rd time, actually about the 4th time. He's done it 2 times successfully. He brings it down about thigh high, and Thomas is there with the clean strip. They're doubling Trey on the inbounds. Corey's able to get the inside, and he tries to ward off Dow, but Dow is just so erector set arms that he's able to go, and that's going to be a block. No, they're calling a charge. They're going to call a charge on that. A little bit surprised. No, they are calling a block. That's what I thought they were going to call. Very rarely do they call that a charge. And I'm telling you, defense isn't going to stop you by falling down on contact. You're going to have to body up. If Bobcats are down 19, it will always come down to who is more aggressive. And Ames is just locked in on this end. Bobcats trying to get in their half court, see what they can do. Corey guarded by Voss. Gets it into Rowe. Rowe guarded by Dow, able to go past him easily. Up off the glass, no good. Dow gets a rebound. No second chance opportunities really for the Bobcats. Poe, dribble drive, kicks it back out to Thomas. Thomas, a little weave action to Voss. Voss drops it into Dow. Dow looks and a little finger roll. This is becoming a problem. Bobcats down 21. Dow has been able to put in 6 points, couple blocks, couple offensive rebounds. That's going to be a timeout. Bobcats down 3 touchdowns, 4:36 left to go in the third here on KFJB-TV.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hey Bobcat Nation, it's Jacob Hayes. You're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Welcome back in. Bobcats down 3 touchdowns. But you know, you thought the Hoover presidential trivia was done last night, but this is what you need to know. At age 9, President Herbert Hoover was orphaned, but he later on would become worth, in today's dollars, $75 million. He would lose the 32 election in a landslide. He would then go on to help 3 million, conservatively 3 million Europeans survive. So this is what I'm saying to the one and only Todd Steinkamp to my left. We may be down a lot, but if President Hoover has taught us anything, there's still success at the end of the rainbow. Bobcats down 41-20. Carter Giannetto has the ball against Thomas. Gets in the lane behind the back dribble. Gets it out to Kyle. Kyle, Poe was aggressively going at him, almost had him leaning. Carter doesn't look at the three. Kyle ends up hitting the three. Front iron, no good. Rowe off the glass. He's going to be fouled by Winner. Rowe back to the free throw line. He hit 2 in that first half. But this is the offensive woes for the Bobcats. 13 points in that first quarter. And I really think that's enough as the defense settles down. If you can get 4 quarters at 13, Bobcats are going to be okay in this game. That's 52 points. Second quarter, 6 points. Now in this third quarter, they are at 2 points with Rowe with a chance for 3. You just cannot allow this anaconda to wrap itself around your neck as the Bobcats miss the second one. Jacob Hayes in the ball game for Trey Brooks. Thomas goes against Kyle. Kyle's able to cut him off. Poe, top of the key. Guarded by Corey Smith. Gets into the lane. Kicks it out to Leaf. Leaf for 3. If he's hitting them, oh my Lord. Shooting 19% on the year from 3. Corey Smith, little 15-foot fall away, not a chance. And that's what Ames wants you to shoot. They want you to take 15, 16-footers. Holy buckets, Jamison Poe. He is so good protecting the ball. It's literally like an off-tackle misdirection pitch, whatever. You're getting into contact, and he holds the football high and tight, able to get through traffic and lay it up off the glass. This is the class of the Iowa Alliance. It's not close. And I know that's frustrating. The other thing that's frustrating is Jack Winters, a senior. Not a lot of other guys are. Great job by Rowe to get a bucket. He's got 4. It's 46-22. 46-22. There we get it up on the screen. Voss dribble drive against Rowe. Oh, he clears him out. Can't get the bunny. Rowe's able to get the rebound. Here comes Giannetto, down 24. Can the Bobcats get something rolling? That extended defense. You don't want to just take any shot, but you do want to take good shots. Up off the glass, Rowe, no good. Rowe had it up in the air, couldn't finish with the left hand. Thomas sizes up Kyle Smith, gets to the corner to Voss. Voss dribble drives. Now he's out to Leith. Leith, left-handed dribble. Drop step, 8-footer, no good off the front iron. Carter Giannetto, here come the Cats. Can they get something in transition? He surprises Corey with the pass, but able to recover. Kyle Little curl into the lane, kicks out to Rowe. Carter takes Kyle's, and Carter gets into the lane, blocked by Jack Winter. Voss up to Thomas. Thomas goes right into Kyle's chest, up off the glass, and good. Oh my goodness, 48-22. Corey Voss takes it away, gets it up to Thomas. Thomas finally tracks it down, gets it to Poe. Corey meets him there. Now back to Thomas, drives into the lane. Carter rips it away. Of course, Winter standing right there, misses the three. Bobcats caught a break there. Corey Smith across the timeline. Trey Brooks ready to get back in along with Isaiah Knight. Carter for three is going to be short, no good. Corey tips it back out, but it's going to be brought down by Manny. Passes it off to Jamison Poe. Junior point guard, one of my favorite players in the state of Iowa. Brings it across the timeline. Number 14 gets it out to Leith. To Voss, back to Poe. Poe looking inside, nothing happening. Back out to Winter, guarded by Carter. Over to Thomas. Kyle Smith is on him. Leith gets it, guarded by Hayes. And they are 8 seconds left to go on the shot clock. He's now guarded by Rowe. Voss for three, yep. You can't give up 50-plus points in 3 quarters of actions to Ames. I don't see how anyone's winning with that. That was a bucket, was a bucket, was a bucket. House of Horrors here tonight. 4 points in the third quarter, 6 points in the second quarter. It's going to be a hold on Thomas. That'll be his third foul, third team foul on Ames. It'll be a side out as Trey Brooks comes back in for, he's actually going to come in for Rogelio Sarin. Side out in front of Marshalltown High School support stands here. Gets it Trey Brooks. 7 seconds, guarded by Winter, now by Poe. Trey struggles with the handle. He was fouled, I thought. No call. Now Voss full court heave. Narrowly misses the whole cheering squad for Ames. Bobcats got bit by their own medicine, down 29 going into the fourth here on KFJB.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live, make friends, and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1 and 2 bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
What's up, Bobcat Nation? This is Ryan Schmidt, and you're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
Senior Ryan Schmidt welcomes us back in as we look at the Marshalltown High School. Many of their support, parents, fans, girls team along, not liking the score. Bobcats down by 29, but let's take a chance to do a regional scoreboard update brought to you by you-know-who, Central State Bank. I bet you guys can all recite it. They have locations in Ames, West Des Moines, and State Center. See what Central State Bank can do for you. Well, East Marshall's up on the alphabet soup that is AGWSR 28-19. West Marshall down by 9 against Adel 48-39. Nevada up on PCM 15-11 after 1. Valley leads Waukee 20-11. And the Jaguars of Ankeny Centennial up 23-11 on Southeast Polk. 6 minutes before halftime. Bobcats have the basketball. Corey Smith looks at the three, now puts it on the deck against Knight. Little fall away, no good. Iron gets to Jamison Poe. Guard gets it up. Now number 22, that's 22. That's 32. It's Strawhacker there. Cameron Strawhacker back into the game. He started tonight, being senior night. Leith, oh my goodness gracious. The amount of threes he's made matches his jersey number. Number 2, Manny Leith, has 2 threes and 6 points. The fourth quarter starts as the third does. Another shot. Bobcats not moving the basketball real swiftly on offense, have not found good shots all night. Ames allows you to take the shots they want you to take. Carter Giannetto, long 3, no good, rebound winner. They will allow you to take late shot threes and about 18-foot jumpers in the middle. If you're going to beat them, you have to hit those shots because they're not allowing a lot of other things. Bobcats have been able to get a couple layups at the front of the rim, but beyond that, it's been only what Ames wants to give you, and the only reason they want to give you those shots is because they're really low percentage. Poe gets to the corner, Strawhacker. I'll just let the Ames crowd tell you if that went in. 57-22. Poe just absorbs the defense. He gets into the lane with effortless ease, and when he gets into the lane, it sucks in 3 Bobcat defenders, and that kick out is wide open corner threes all night long. Trey Brooks will get back to the line, but really quick as we look at Ames. They have hit 9 3-pointers tonight. If Ames hits 9 3-pointers, there are not a lot of teams that are going to beat them. Trey Brooks makes the first. He is 4 of 5 on the night. 57-23. Second one is up and good. The biggest benefit here tonight is Trey's been to the line 6 times. That aggressiveness, you want to see those numbers, but right now this is just a real struggle for the Bobcats. Winners guarded by Carter Giannetto. He's just going to get the pick from Leith. Switch. Hayes gets out there, misses the 3. Leith, the long arms. He's got 8 second-half points. Between Dow and Leith, they have 14 points, and that's an area where they don't get a lot of scoring. Carter gets the lane, misses the layup. Winner up to Knight. Knight pulls it back out, drops it off to Winner, standing right in front of the referee, right in front of the Ames bench. 59-24. It's been as bad as it sounds, folks. Not a good night to be a Bobcat. Down 35, 4:55 left to go. I'll take that back. It's always a good night to be a Bobcat. The score isn't the best night to be a Bobcat on a scoreboard. Poe gets in the lane, little drop off. Oh my. I'm not a superlative, ladies and gentlemen. He gets wherever he wants to go. Might as well, as Corey lines up a 3, iron no good, Poe gets a rebound. You might as well call him all access because he can go wherever he wants to go without having to check in with anyone. Jamison Poe's doing everything tonight. Winner gets it, guarded by Trey. Crossover, looks at Leith, gets a block, gets a pick. Gets it out to Knight. Knight drops it off to Poe, kicks it out to the corner. Hackers too long. Bobcats get a rebound, down 27. Bobcats have not scored over 40 points against this Ames team since January of 2021, and it's not going to happen here tonight. Down to 24 points after 13 points in that first quarter. Bobcats have 11 points in the last 20 minutes of action. Ryan Schmidt, Ragland, Jor, Ring, and Landeros are climbing off the bench. We're going to see a whole new group of Bobcats as the Apple throws in the towel. Poe off the straight line drive. Oh, Brooks is going to get called with a foul. He agrees. He caught him on the edge, and Poe's going to get a chance to go back to the line. Bobcats are going to make a full hockey line change here for the last 195 seconds of play at Ames High. Poe back iron, no good. Not the only thing that hasn't gone right for the 5'9" junior guard. He's got 8 points, but man alive, he only averages 12 points a game. Every time I watch him, he does not have 25 points, but he has that type of impact. There are a lot of players in this game. I think of Andre Miller back in the day, played at Utah with Keith Van Horn. You think of somebody like Mike Conley up in Minnesota. Just somebody may not score a ton, but if they're not on the court, the team is much worse off, and when they are on the court, everything seems to be going gangbusters for him. That's Jamison Poe. Number 44 checking in, Luke Brecky. The senior will get some action. Actually, he's a junior, 6 foot forward, and they're going to call it. Brecky's going to get a foul as he was attacking Davis Ragland. Landeros in the highlighter, yellow or green shoes. You get Jor. Jor's not afraid to shoot it as he's being guarded by Garong Deng. Over to Schmidt. Schmidt guarded by Strawhacker. He's picked up his dribble, looks down to Landeros. Landeros isn't able to grab it in as Athian Dang, the 6'2 junior, is guarding him and bumps him out of bounds, but no call. It'll be Ames basketball. And here the crowd's getting really excited for number 3, Trevor Goodwin, the junior. Has not scored this year, so would not be surprised if they try to get number 3 a shot. Adam Boone is also going to get into this one. Terrible defense from the Bobcats as Garong Dang gets his first bucket of the night. Bobcats down 1,000. 64-24. Jor loses the dribble and now chucks it at Schmidt with the fastball high and outside, no go. And it's going to be Adam Boone in for Landeros. Oh my goodness. 64-24. Brings it across the line, number 3, Trevor Goodwin. Over to Brecky. Back over to Finn Delisle. The 3 ball, no good. Rebound, Jor. Bobcats come down the other way. This is the favorite game at the end of a blowout. Can the broadcaster find what number matches what name quick enough so he sounds like he's still on the air? Will Swartz is going to get in the game. The 6'6 junior is coming in. He's going to come in for Davis Ragland. Will, definitely the tallest player on the team at 6'6". Done some nice things down at the JV level. Jor let it soar. 3 ball rims in and out, but the rebounder is Ryan Schmidt. Ryan Schmidt up off the glass. He's fouled, and he's going to go to the line. He's going to be fouled by Dang, Athian Dang, as Ryan Schmidt looks to connect. Ryan on the year has scored 1 point, and he is 50% from the line. And that one is up and good from everybody that talks about Ryan in practice. Been a really helpful practice player this year. Came out after not going out for a while. Second one rims out no good. We all know he's a great golfer. So if you've got a foursome that you're trying to do for some event, Ryan Schmidt might be a good ask. Will Smith, no. Will Swartz shows the aggression of a Will Smith and throws him to the ground. You thought that ball was Chris Rock. You know the ball is called a rock. As a inbound by Goodwin. Over to Brecky for 3. Oh, front iron no good. Rebound Jor. Here come the Bobcats. 15 seconds down, 39. Jor gets picked up. Now he dribbles back out. 6 seconds, gets it to Tate. 3 seconds. Boone's going to shoot it. No good. Bobcats lose by 39. We'll dissect it when we come back on KFJB-TV.
Since 1967, Jensen Ford Lincoln has served generations of families around central Iowa. Quality vehicles, professional service, knowledge of our product, that's a part of Jensen. But what's more important to us is the trust that is passed down from every previous generation. Jensen Ford Lincoln wants to serve your family for generations. We want to be there for your first car. We want to be there for your family SUV. And we want to see you drive away in the Mustang you always dreamed of. At Jensen, we want to be here for you now and every mile along the way.
This is Jake Thiessen. You're watching Bobcat Basketball on KFJB-TV.
There you see is dapping it up at the end. Not a good night if you're a Bobcat fan. 64-25. Bobcats get declawed in Ames. And you couple that with the 44-6 loss by the girls earlier. Quick math, that's 108-31. Lost by a combined 77 points here in Ames. Not a good night. No way to put a rose on that. It was not a good night. Corey Smith led the Bobcats in scoring with 9. He had 7 in the first quarter, where the Bobcats scored 13 of their 25 points. You heard that right. The first 8 minutes, they scored over half their points. Carter Giannetto had 2 points. Trey Brooks had 7. Kyle Smith had 2. Rowe had 4. And then Jacob Hayes had 1 point. And that does it for the scoring for the Bobcats. When you look on the other side, Jack Winter had 18. You had Jamison Poe with 9, but he did a whole lot more than 9 points on the scoreboard. He was good all around. Will Thomas had 10. Isaiah Knight had 3. Maroc Dow had 6. Couple blocks, couple offensive rebounds. Manny Luth had 8, 2 second half threes. He was very good in that second half. Abram Voss had 5. Cameron Strawhacker had 3. Garang Dang had 2, and that rounds out the scoring. You see there Rogelio Sarin with his older brother talking it up. Knowing that closeness of family, Bobcats are always out to support former Bobcats coming out. But tonight, not enough points and not enough stops. Bobcats lose by 39. And as you just really dissect this game, it just came down to the Bobcats took the shots Ames wants them to take. It really at some point becomes that easy. Ames forces you to hit threes or 15-footers. And even on the threes, they're out and contesting. So where Ames wants you to live is, all right, we'll give you that 12 to 15-footer, but we're going to have a hand in your face. We're not going to allow you to get to where you want to go. And then adding a little bit of length on the inside, and then they hit 9 threes, that's a wrap, folks. If they're going to play that type of defense and you're going to hit 9 threes, it's going to be near impossible to beat Ames here at Harrison Barnes Gymnasium and Court. Take a real quick break here as we come back into the locker room report here on KFJB-TV.
Some drivers trade cars every year or every other year. Some drive their cars till they drop. Whatever kind of driver you are, Lennox Employees Credit Union is here to get you into the car for your style of driving. You're invited to go to our website, lennoxecu.com, for membership eligibility and loan rates, or call the office to talk to a loan officer. The loan process is quick and easy. Low auto loan rates from Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA.
Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse. Ribeyes and sirloins, aged, hand-cut, and served with your choice of 2 of Legends' legendary sides and a dinner roll. If you are a prime rib fan, Legends has prime rib every Friday and Saturday starting at 4 p.m. With 3 sides to choose from, it's chef-seasoned and slow-cooked to tender, juicy perfection. Try Legends prime rib, and you'll know why it's Marshalltown's favorite. Legends American Grill is Marshalltown Steakhouse.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back in to the Locker Room Report. Bobcats, that is not a typo. Bobcats dropped to 8-11, 5-6 in the conference. Ames moves to 7-0 in the conference and 13-5 overall, winning 64-25. It was 20-13 at the end of one, and Ames just locked down on defense and just was able to get whatever they wanted, get into the lane. Poe and Winter and Thomas were able to get into the lane, specifically Poe and Thomas, and really made it difficult on the Bobcats. Now we'll take a chance for the Central State Bank Regional Scoreboard Update. Big shout out to Brooksy for giving these to us all night long. Ankeny 76, Urbandale 39. That Ankeny team is darn good, ladies and gentlemen. Get a chance to do that. Their point guard averaging over 20 points a game. He's been on that starting roster since he was a freshman. Kid can flat out shoot. Des Moines North is up on Des Moines East at half, 31-23. That's a surprising score, as North only has one loss and East has really struggled. Nevada 59, PCM 49 into 3. Your favorite East Marshall Mustangs 35, AGWSR 21. Sadale took care of Brooksy's Trojans of West Marshall 57-47. Colfax Mingo 67, Tri-County 38. And that will do it for the scoreboard update. When we come back, we will be on the look to go apple picking and talk to Coach Apple, and we'll look around and talk about what we have coming up the rest of this week. You're watching the Locker Room Report here on KFJB-TV.
You look forward to retirement as your time to relax. But now that it's here, turns out relaxation is overrated and you'd rather get back to work with an idea of your own. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When retirement plans change course, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
There's a city within a city not far from here. The city includes a beautiful apartment building with indoor parking, a chapel, a movie theater, a swimming pool, exercise and recreational facilities, putting greens, and more. The city isn't really a city, but it is a wonderful place to live. Make friends and live your best life. It's the Embers Retirement Community in Marshalltown. The Embers provides security, independence, and companionship. Beautiful grounds outside and lovely studio, 1- and 2-bedroom apartments inside. See it for yourself. The Embers in Marshalltown.
Today's game on KFJB-TV is brought to you by Jensen Ford, with you every mile along the way. Legends American Grill, Marshalltown Steakhouse. Lennox Employees Credit Union, LennoxECU.com. Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown, more than ever. Marshalltown Community College, a step in the right direction.
Welcome back into Ames High at Harrison Barnes Gymnasium and Court. Bobcats lose in a big way. There in the bottom left-hand, you can see Dick Gibbs along with Fred Hoiberg, Harrison Barnes, and Doug McDermott, the Ames High School NBA legacy. Still amazes me that Harrison Barnes and Greg McDermott, Doug McDermott, Greg McDermott's kids, along with Boo Boo Powell, all were on that one team. They're fantastic. Both are still playing in the league there. Bobcats lose big. We do still have some stuff coming up this week, starting with Thursday night at Wayward Social. Rosie's inside of Wayward Social. We do have Bobcat Live. We'll get a talk with a variety. We're going to talk to girls bowling. We're going to talk, of course, to boys basketball, girls basketball, and we get to talk with Coach Mike Lupi. There will be, I believe, 5 state qualifiers, 3 individual events with Sam Griesel. And, oh, my goodness, I had the name on the tip of the tongue. That's why you shouldn't talk before you say things. 5 people making it in, so it's going to be a great time to talk to Coach Lupi and that group, because that's going to be a big thing to support Friday, Saturday down in Iowa City. Really going along with. So we'll get to talk to a lot of good people on Friday night. We're going to take a break and come back here on the Locker Room Report on KFJB.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Welcome in to Bobcat Live. We are inside Rosie's at Wayward Social.
KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Welcome back into the Laurel Diesel Services postgame coaches interview here with Coach Michael Apple. Of course, we knew that you're going to have to be able to score points. You're going to have to be able to come out and impose your will. And I thought the first 6 minutes, there was a lot of energy, a lot of life. Bobcats able to score 13 first quarter points. We'll get into the full game, but how did you think those first few minutes started for you all?
We started well. You know, they obviously came out firing as well and made it tough to get stops there. They made some shots, some tough shots there early on, but we just got to eliminate some of those easy ones, those straight line drives like we talked about pregame. That gets them going, and once they see that ball going, it's tough to stop them.
Yeah, Winter had 4 first quarter threes, and that's really difficult. If Ames is going to play their style of defense and hit threes, that's a tough matchup. You talked about those straight line drives, and a lot of those came out of Will Thomas and then also Jamison Poe. It seems that Poe, though not tall, very strong, and when he gets into the lane, got past quite a few guys, the defense just breaks down.
Yeah, he is. He's really tough to stop. Watching him on film, it doesn't matter if you put a bigger guy on him or whatever. He's quick enough and strong enough to get to the rim, and makes it tough for us to stop.
Yeah, that football-sized body, he can kind of displace anybody. Corey stands at 4 or 5 inches taller, and he was getting displaced quite a bit. But when then you look, the 13 points in that first quarter, 12 total points in the next 3. We talked about where Ames tends to have that anaconda grip on you for at least a quarter. They got us for 3 quarters tonight. What was your message to the team?
Well, we tried to spread the floor a little bit more and create spaces and actions to get to the rim and hopefully get something going. And unfortunately, we just couldn't do that. We couldn't get by him, and that's give credit to Ames. We really struggled to score. Mm-hmm. I mean that was tough for us tonight.
And it seems that Ames does a better job than any other team we routinely see is they say, hey, we'll give you that 15-foot jumper, and you're going to have to make every single one of them. And if you want to stand 4 feet behind the line and make those, we'll let you do that too. But if you can't make those shots, you're probably not going to beat us.
No.
Is that what you're seeing, is they basically dictate what shots the Bobcats could take, and we walked right into it?
They did do a nice job of that, and our emphasis kind of before the game is we got to have guys be able to drive and make plays, and hopefully that opens up everything else, because they're the best defensive team on our schedule. I mean, they don't have any breakdowns. So if they don't do that, we got to have the ability to create kind of on your own and get to the rim, and we just had a really tough time doing that.
And then you had that length inside, but you got to look ahead. You don't have any gimmies on the schedule this week. Waterloo East, a team that we really had a tough time with. A Saturday afternoon game, kind of a weird game. It had spurts, but Waterloo East was able to pull away. What do the next 2 days look like as you get ready for East?
Well, we can't just just hang up and think our season's over by any means just by one performance here. I know things got away from us and the score got out of hand there, but we got 2 games left, so we got to respond the right way and be ready for East, and that's really the message in the locker room is just learn from this. We always learn from every game and just continue to prove and stick together and have a good effort on Friday. That's usually not the problem, and just execute and do the things we need to do to beat Waterloo East.
Well, good luck on Friday, Coach, and this has been the Laurel Diesel post-game coaches interview. Laurel Diesel Services, your locally owned qualified diesel mechanics.
When Mike Overton moved to Laurel, Iowa, he had a vision to have a diesel repair shop that would support his growing family and passion for working on diesel engines. Being part of the East Marshall community means ensuring that farmers, truck drivers, and businesses run smoothly. With a large building and state-of-the-art equipment, Laurel Diesel Services is always up for a challenge. When your farm trucks, semis, or other diesel equipment requires maintenance or the occasional repair, take it to Laurel Diesel Services.
It's Adventure On for Marshalltown Scouting. Adventures like backpacking, ziplining, rock climbing, canoeing, swimming, and more. Survival skills for a Scout's greatest adventure, life. Scouts give back to the community. Marshalltown Scouts have provided over 1 million hours of service to our community in our 70-plus year history. Scout leaders are highly trained in screen. Parents are a huge part of Scouting, too. Scouting provides unique opportunities available nowhere else. To learn more about Scouting in Marshalltown, go to iascouts.org. Adventure On.
At Honest Heating and Cooling, they take comfort seriously. Their latest offering? Smart Integrity Monitoring. Combined with an honest maintenance plan, it takes all the guessing out of home comfort. Their technicians take accurate measurements of all the necessary parameters and deliver you the truth about where your home's comfort stands. If you're not measuring, you're just guessing. That's honest. Get a Smart Integrity Monitoring plan and let the Honest team watch over your home's comfort 24/7. Honest Heating and Cooling.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Zach Wall can help. He'll work with you on an investment strategy for long-term results. Edward Jones can give you the tools and knowledge for a steady approach to hitting your financial targets. Get started by giving Zach Wall a call at 641-752-3017 in Marshalltown or visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The right insurance agent can make all the difference. Assured Partners agents represent multiple insurance companies. They can pick and choose from a larger variety of outstanding insurance options. Assured Partners also handles life and health insurance and Medicare supplement coverage. With access to local, regional, and national insurance companies, Assured Partners will create policies tailored to the coverage you need. For more information, go online to assuredpartners.com/Marshalltown. Power through partnership with Assured Partners in Marshalltown, Toledo, and West Des Moines.
The KFJB-TV Locker Room Report, presented by Wells Fargo Advisors in Marshalltown.
Back in Ames High School at Harrison Barnes Gymnasium. Ladies and gentlemen. There we go. There we go. We're flipping wrong mics. This is what happens when you do coach's interview and forget which mic was what. It's been a long night in Ames, folks, as you can tell by the score and by my misplace of headsets. But Friday night, we've got a doubleheader against Waterloo East. Both teams looking to avenge a loss against Waterloo East. Bobcat girls coverage will start at 6, and then boys coverage will follow. There is rumor out there, folks, that the one and only Brandon Lewis might be back on the mic, might have to share some airtime with the bald and the beautiful man known as Brandon Lewis. Well, a big shout out and thanks to Todd Steinkamp, my producer right to my left, Keith Stewart, Jesse DeMeyer on the cameras, and then back at the studio, the one and only Jeff Brooks. I'm Dylan Doze. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you Thursday night from Rosie's inside a Wayward Social at 6 p.m. And that's it from Ames High School on KFJB-TV.
Today's game on KFJB-TV was brought to you by Assured Partners, Boy Scouts of America, Edward Jones, Agent Zach Wall, Embers Retirement Community, Honest Heating and Cooling, Jensen Ford, Legends American Grill, Lennox Employees Credit Union, Marshalltown Area Chamber, Marshalltown Community College, McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, Pence Appliance and TV, Wayward Social, Zeno's, Wandering Creek, Wells Fargo Advisors, Laurel Diesel Services, Calvin Rocket, your Marshalltown Hy-Vee, Central State Bank.